Hey there, Rafikis. Welcome to the Third for podcast where we learn together. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm doing well myself. So today I'm just going to talk about sometimes how you force yourself in on something or you really want to do something, but there are signs which they're telling you are not supposed to go there, but because you really want that thing, you're forcing yourself to do it. Why am I saying that? 15 years ago, my friend and I really needed a job. We really wanted a job because we were out of college, and like when you're out of college, you have like that period you really want a job. But that job what we wanted, someone had told us, like a friend of ours knew we wanted a job. So like they had a job, like there's a job opening somewhere, so they told us, if you need a job, there's an interview going on, so if you really want that job, go and try it. So we tried it and we called the office. They told us, like, you're too late, the interview is done, and we've already got the people we wanted. But we really insisted on that job. We called them, they told us the interview is over. They told us, like, okay, for today the interview is over and we are not doing anymore, we have enough people, so like maybe you try next time. But we told those guys, like, we can do that job, please hire us. So they told us, and there are those signs, like you are late for an interview, so that means like maybe God doesn't want you to have that job. And then like the interview was in the morning, and the person who told us like late, I think in the afternoon. So we called and they told us, like, you can't come. But we insisted. So the HR told us, like, because you really need this job and you really want this job for real, you can come tomorrow for an interview. So my friend and I went for an interview and we got the job. And that job was really crucial. And when our friend told us you can go for that interview, they didn't tell us, like, it involves money and all those kind of things. So like we went, and they told us, it involved money, you need to be so accurate when it's like M-Pesa. So we did it. And we did that job for like, I think 6 months. It was really going well. Everything was on place. Like the math was mathing everything. But then something happened. Like, you remember those days in Kenya where like M-Pesas, people were stealing, and people could come just and like tell you things, and you give them money, like you even don't know like how it happened. So it happened that to us, like the same thing. So this morning, I think my friend was the first one who went to job, and I was like, you know what, I'll be a little late, but I'll still come. So she told me, okay, I'm going to open, and you'll come later. When I went there, this guy came in. It was like a guy came in and said, okay, do you have this amount of money? And we were like, okay, no, I don't know, something just about that guy. So we told him we don't have that money. And then after, like, let's say 5 minutes, there's this woman who came in, and we're like, hey guys, like the way those older women are, you'll just feel bad for them, and you'll be like, okay, we have that amount. So like, I think she went back, they were together, so she went back and said, okay, they have this money, we can go. And it was just confusing how things worked, how things went. I don't know, even because they were just interacting with us, and I don't know even how I just left that place and went to another place, just talking to that woman. And then and they were like four guys, like three women, no, two women and two men. So they came in, and these women were just engaging with me. Whenever I just wanted to go back, they could just push me, like, don't go back. And we had like cash, like $750. That is like 750,000 shillings in Kenyan shillings. So I don't know even how they went to a safe and just took that money. It was confusing till now. We always just ask ourselves with my friend, like, what happened that day? Like, we don't know. We don't have a clue how it happened. Like, we just lost that money. And we panicked. We even didn't tell our boss, like, you know what, we've been robbed. We were panicked. We were just numb for like, I think for 2 hours. We were not even talking. We were just like looking at each other, like, how did we lose that money? And so the next day is when now we came. We say, okay, we need to go to the boss and tell her, like, and tell her that we lost this money and we got robbed. We went to our boss and said, okay, this happened yesterday. And she was like cool, and she said, like, how did that happen? Why you guys tell me yesterday the money was gone? We were scared, we were just confused, like how they took the money. It was just so curious. It was just unbelievable how they could take the money without even us knowing. It was just something that, how did they do it? But we lost that money, and our boss was just like, I won't take you to the police. They just came to see the CCTV. The good thing that, like, the place we were working, there were CCTV, so they saw like we weren't lying to them, like something like that happened, and they saw the way those guys were like so smart, and just like the way they could just interact with us. They're customers. Obviously, you'll interact with them and you'll engage them the way they're telling you things, the way they're asking you. You need to be a good customer. You need to be a good, salesperson. So you will interact with your customer. There were things they're telling you, and that's what we were doing. And just the way they took the money and went, at least our boss like just understood. And the police were involved, but they never got the people. So we lost the money. But then the thing which our boss said, instead of you going to the police and just being there to get jailed, you'll have to work for free for like 6 months, so that the money to depreciate. So we were like, okay, we accepted. So we worked for like 6 months without pay, which was like something which I said, wow, this job we forced ourselves. We really wanted this job, and there was a lot of things which were showing us or were telling us, don't go to this job, but we really wanted this job. So we called the HR, we called the boss, like we really want this job. So the moral of this story is like, sometimes when you need something, but there's just barriers which are just not letting you do something, sometimes that's a sign like you don't have to do that, or you don't need to like get something you want. So like sometimes you can complain like, why did I not get that job? But there's some things which are just obstacles, like when you want to maybe even like send your CV, something is happening and you forget about it. Those are signs. Like, don't force yourself to do something which the signs are there, but you're forcing yourself to go. Like, anyway, like, guys, have you ever got to something like that which like, this thing, I'm not supposed to do it, but there's some things which are showing you don't go there, but because you really want to get that thing, you force yourself into it. Has something like that happened to you? And as you say, kesho pia ni siku. Adios.